Hi, I'm really late. I've been sick all day, so I apologize if you're seeing this late. If you're seeing this tomorrow or in a day that it's not really late, then I hope you had a good day. Uh, and I've had food poisoning all day, and it hasn't been fun. Um, I've just recently been feeling better, but I still have a headache. I still feel kind of crappy. But whatever. I want to talk about a story that I talked about on You Now. This week we're supposed to do childhood stories, so that's fun. The story surprised a lot of people, which was it. Thank you guys for watching me on You Now, by the way. It seems like people have fun with that. I don't do it a lot, but whenever I do, it's fun just to kind of mess with you guys. So, um, the story was about my first kiss, and I'm pretty sure everybody that is watching this has had their first kiss. You might not have yet, in which case, it's pretty cool. And I was in 7th grade, and I was 12 years old, and I had my locker in 7th grade in middle school was in the 8th grade hallway. So I was kind of one of those cool kids that during passing periods I would go to the 8th grade hallway instead of the normal 7th grade hallway where all my friends were. And this one time during class, I went out of the classroom to go get something from my locker in the 8th grade hallway. And when I went out, it was during science class in Mr. Markers. He was this crazy little teacher. And I went out to my locker to get something, and there were these two 8th grade girls just like walking around the school while class was going on. Because that's what you do when you're cool and in 8th grade. And I got what I needed from my locker, and they thought that I was in 8th grade because they might have not thought I was in 8th grade actually, but they thought I was cute, and that's the important thing. And they came up and they totally started messing with me, and I'm 20 and I don't know how to talk to girls. I sure as shit didn't when I was 12, and I was super nervous, and they were kind of hitting on me a little bit, and they had a bag of Starburst, and the new cool thing, it turns out, when you're 13 years old, is to see if you can untie a Starburst in your mouth. Now, if you're a little bit older than that, now you might think that's not very difficult, and it's not. But at 12 years old, I didn't know if I could do that before. I didn't even know that that was a thing, right? So I was like, yeah, I can do that, sure. And I was like, give me one of those, and then they gave me one, and then I was able to do it, and I was really, really impressed with myself, and they were really impressed with myself, and I got to kiss both of them. And it's a cool story to tell, but most people on You Now were really surprised when I told them that I regret that. And they're like, why would you regret that? It's a cool story, but I don't know who those two girls were. Never really saw them again after that day, and I don't know either of their names. So to this day, if anybody was like, hey, who was your first kiss? The answer is these two random chicks, and I have no idea who they are. Maybe it doesn't matter though. Maybe first kiss actually isn't that important. Probably isn't. Maybe it's a bigger thing to girls than it is to guys. I don't know. But I do kind of regret that a little bit. But that is the true story about how I got my first kiss. My second kiss was when I flew out to Los Angeles, and I stayed with John in a hotel room.